Danish novelist and poet Naja Marie Aidt penned the memoir When Death Takes Something From You Give It Back, Carl's book in 2019, which revolves around the tragic loss of her 25-year-old son, Carl. In 2015, Carl's life was cut short due to a psychosis-induced accident triggered by his consumption of psilocybin mushrooms. Aidt delves into the profound grief she experienced following her son's sudden demise. Notably, the memoir employs various literary forms, ranging from critical essays to free verse poems and manifestos, as a means of grappling with the unfathomable reality of Carl's absence. It also references a wide array of modern and classical works, including the ancient Mesopotamian epic, the Epic of Gilgamesh, and Joan Didion's 20th-century essay collection, Blue Nights. Consequently, the memoir becomes a contemplation on the inherent limitations of language in capturing the intricacies and depths of human experiences. The memoir commences with a poignant first sentence that succinctly captures the central and distressing event. It is March 16, 2015, and Carl is dead. Aidt recounts how she had last corresponded with him in January, merely 2 months and 3 days before he tragically plunged from the balcony of an apartment building. In a manner typical of grief memoirs, she chronicles her futile attempts to revive her son through the power of writing about his untimely demise. She meticulously examines the writings Carl left behind, weaving together fragments of his poetry and journals in an attempt to reconstruct his voice. This mosaic of evidence from Carl's life is interwoven with her memories of being his mother, encompassing moments such as his birth by a C-section, his early artistic endeavors, and their initial adventures together. Aidt confesses her fear of forgetting Carl, particularly given the scarcity of physical objects that serve as reminders of his memory. Most of his childhood possessions, including artwork from his primary school years, were lost in a warehouse fire. The cause of Carl's death is revealed in the latter half of the book, adding further layers to the narrative. The memoir opens with an unexpected late-night phone call that interrupts Aidt and her husband during dinner. Interestingly, just moments before the call, they raise their glasses in a toast to their eldest son and his partner. Their conversation shifts to Carl, expressing their disappointment that he did not gain admission to film school. Initially, they ignore the first ringing phone, but soon all of their cell phones begin to ring incessantly. Aidt's mother finally answers a call from Aidt's sister, and through the receiver, Aidt can sense her sister's screams, indicating that something dreadful has occurred. Throughout the rest of the memoir, Aidt revisits moments from Carl's life and the circumstances surrounding his untimely death, narrating these experiences in italicized passages. With each return to the past, she unveils another fragment of the narrative. The book reaches its conclusion with a vivid depiction of Aidt's personal struggle to navigate life in the aftermath of the tragedy. She ponders the peculiar reality that Carl still resides within her muscle memory, constantly reminding herself of his absence. She finds herself overwhelmed by compulsive thoughts about her departed son. In one of her final poetic lines, she poignantly states, "Loss is communal, and death, unwanted, random." The last section of the memoir presents an epitaph written for Carl, offering a glimpse into his character and passions. Aidt portrays him as a talented, loving, and spiritual individual who displayed artistic abilities from a young age. His interests encompass drawing, playing the guitar, and immersing himself in poetry, with a particular fondness for Walt Whitman. He was a film enthusiast, a vegetarian, and a skilled cook who reveled in nature and embarked on lengthy hikes. Greek myths and fables intrigued him, and he embarked on his first shamanistic journey merely a week prior to his passing. Born on November 21, 1989, he departed this world on March 16, 2015. Aidt's act of composing Carl's epitaph serves as a framing device for the narrative of her grief, suggesting that writing has provided her with a means of finding closure in the face of tragedy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.